Hi everyone, my name is Javier. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm also a yoga beginner. That's why when we are practicing, we are all beginners. Keep that in mind. So today we are going to do the basic poses, but these basic poses are poses that you are going to repeat always in your yoga practice. It doesn't matter if you're advanced or intermediate. Okay? All you need is a yoga mat and maybe sport clothes. That's it. And goodwill and determination. Okay. So let's going to start spreading our legs, and we can just for warming up a little bit, doing some movements. Warming up is very important for your practices. You start moving without having moving your muscles or your bones, then can be totally the opposite for you, no? So it's better to warm up a little bit. And then you start the middle, then you move your neck. Always, before starting your practice, go to the left, go to your right, go to the front, a little bit back, and when you have done these movements, you can do some rounds. Remember that with yoga it's very important not to move fast, but to move with consciousness. Without consciousness, there is no yoga, and there is almost nothing. So, you better go slow but safe. Okay, you have done this, then you can put your arms up very easily. Don't get mad about all the fancy poses that you see in a lot of yoga videos, because that's maybe not what you really need. So, interlock your hands and prepare your body to move. It's like for everything. Then catch your left with your right, look to the left. Catch your right with your left, look to the right. Very good. Breathe. It's very important during your yoga practice. Always breathe through your nose and with control. If you start breathing, that won't be good for your heart, for your lungs, or also for your mind. The ultimate purpose of yoga is that you are able to control your mind. So, take it easy and with calm. Okay, we have moved a little bit. Now, we go to the yoga mat, and let's going to do one flow of movements are called cat-cow. Imagine that you place your fingers, your toes, with your hands spread, and you start moving your spine. It's also very important. So when you inhale, you look up, and when you exhale, you look down, you put your belly in. Inhale up, looking at the stars. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. If you think you haven't the right pose, then you correct your arms. This will be under your shoulders, your hands, okay? Keep doing this movement with consciousness, remember. And you can go doing this for, I don't know, for 2 minutes if you like, or 3 minutes, inhaling up. And then you can start moving to the right, doing some circles, moving your hips and your knees, your neck. And then you change the direction. You already know that in your life there is no straight line, you always have to do some circles. So this pose helps you to realize that sometimes it's not from A to B. You have also to count with a C, D, F, H, all the letters. Okay, now you stop in the middle, very relaxing. And now pushing with your hands, you just raise your hips very easily. And you start warming up your knees, like this. Okay, maybe it's your first time you cannot place your feet. You are going to remain like this, but it's okay, it will come. And sometimes maybe with the practice, I'm sure you're going to achieve this pose. Okay, but for now it's perfect. If you are here, it's perfect. And now you start walking to your hands, towards your hands, like this. With your feet together. And then you just relieve all the tensions on your head and your neck. And just you allow your head to hang. You can catch your elbows with your hands. You can move your arms back and forth. Like this. And then bending your knees, and with your back round, you start coming up, and your head is the last one to come. Okay, this is very important. Now you're here, you put your hands in the middle, and this is one of the very important yoga poses. It's called mountain pose, Tadasana, in which you achieve the pose of the mountain. So just staying here like that. You achieve the power and the strength of a mountain and a solid foundation for you and for your life. Sometimes we are not well grounded, and when something comes, then we just have a very hard time. But if we stay strong and with a solid base in our life, then you are going to be able to pass hard situations in your life better. Okay, chest out, and just allow the gravity to work for you. Very well. Now you go to the front of the mat, and let's going to do one movement, very simple movement, which is the basic pose of yoga. It's called sun salutations, and it's very simple. All the thing that you have to do is imagine that you are just saluting the sun every morning. So you try to place your hands over the yoga mat. If you cannot with your legs straight, you can bend your knees, and then you throw with your right foot back as far as you can, like this, placing also the knee. And you look to the front very easily and cool, and you breathe, and you allow your hips to open. If you feel them now opening, you may breathe here for a while, looking strong, and then you throw your left foot also back with your right one, and then you stay here in this pose called plank, like a plank. And now we are going to do one flow of movements. First, we place the knees like this, very easy. Then you place your chest, and then you place your chin like this, and then you remain here with your shoulders up and elbows along the torso. Place your feet and push to the front and then up. This is called cobra pose, like a cobra, with your feet together like the tail of a cobra, and with your pubis remaining over the yoga mat. And from here, we go for the downward facing dog, like a dog looking down. If you cannot have your feet over the yoga mat, then you remain like this. And if you can, you place both over the yoga mat. Now in this pose, make some pressure with your hands over the yoga mat and try to have your shoulders relaxed. And from here, right foot to the front, and the left one follows. Now you look to the front and you go down as much as you can. First, you may put your belly in, and then you place it over your legs, and then you come up with the inhalation. And with the exhalation, prayer pose or samastiti. Very well. Now we're just going to do the other side. We have done the right, now we do the left. Inhaling up and down. Remember, we have said you can bend your knees if you like. Left foot back. Allow your hips to open. Remember, you don't want to do it very fast, you want to do it with consciousness. Then the right foot, plank, and now the same sequence. Knees, chest, and chin. Elbows on the torso. Place your feet, push to the front, and then cobra. Feet together, pubis over the mat. And then, pushing with your hands, place your feet. And try to achieve your down facing dog, downward facing dog. Like this. And left foot to the front. Chest up, look up. Right foot to the front, down. Bend your knees coming up. And Samastiti, prayer pose. This sequence, which is one of the most basic flows in the yoga movements, which is called sun salutation. You can repeat it as much as you like. You can do it 5 times, 3 times, 10 times. It's also going to have a lot of benefits for you. No? Done. From here, from the sun salutation, we just open the legs to the sides a little bit, and we place our hands over our hips like this, and you start pushing and opening your hips to the front and also opening your chest. Very well. Now open your legs, and then you start going to the front. Very well. You may remain here. You place your hands over the floor with this position so you get higher, and then you're going to place your right hand under your face, and then you're going to start raising your left arm. Breathe always through your nose. And then you change. Raising your right arm. You want to have one line between your arms. Try to look up. And the same, you can repeat this movement as long as you like. Now you can spread your legs a little bit apart. And now what you want is to place both hands over the floor and you start working back with your hands. And what you like now is to touch the floor with the top of your head. That is what you like. I don't know if you are going to achieve it or not. You have to open maybe more your legs. And try to remain in this pose for at least 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, then you spread your arms and you come up. Like this, you remain like that. You may put your hands together and then you may help yourself like this and you come up. Very easy. Now come back to the front of the mat and let's going to do another basic movement in the yoga practice that are called the sequence called the warrior sequence. So you raise your arms and down, and now we are going to place the left, then the right. Then again the knees, chest in. You may repeat this movement anytime you like. And then forward. From here you come up to downward facing dog. And now you throw the right foot to the front between your hands. And then you open the back foot to the side. And then you come up like this. Check your front knee. It should be with a 90-degree angle. And try to have your back leg strong. And now what we like is that our torso is looking to the front. So maybe your back hip is going to the front and the front hip is going back. And now when we are here, we raise the hands and we look to the front. If you like, you may have your arms apart or you may look up. Try to remain in this pose for at least 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 years. And then you open your arms for entering the warrior 2. You may correct your pose if you think you are not well placed. And now you have to have one line between your arms, like this. Look to the front. Now put your front knee straight. You go a little bit back to the front and then slowly you want to place your hand over your front leg, like this, triangle pose, Trikonasana. And you want to touch the sky as we always want. Try to have one line between your arms, try to look up. If you cannot, then you cannot. If you think you're going to fall, because you are talking too much. Then you come back and you try. And then slowly you come back to warrior 2. And then place your hands here, knees, chest, chin. You know, cobra, downward facing dog. And then you do the warrior sequence with the other side. Remember, first warrior 1. Look into the front. You know the variations. Stay here for 30 seconds, 20 if you like. Then you open for warrior 2. From here down, back to the front, and triangle pose. Looking up. From here, you already know, warrior 2. And then placing both hands. And plank, knees, chest, chin. And from here, if you are tired, you may open your knees in a child pose, it's called, and then you go to the front, placing your front head and just releasing all your tensions, just giving yourself a rest, nice rest. And then after 20 seconds, if you like, you may come over your knees, a little bit apart, easily. Then you place your hands against your hips, opening your chest, looking up, pushing with your hands against your hips. And then you may remain here, or you may start looking with your hands for your feet, the left with the left, and the hand and the right with the right. Hips to the front, opening your chest. If you like, you may allow your neck to go down like this. And then from here, you may go out very gently, like this. And then we go for the next variation. You lay over your back. You catch your knees and you turn to the right and to the left, giving yourself a massage on your lumbars and your back. From here, you put your arms between your legs and you just allow the gravity to work for you, opening your hips. You may stay in each pose as long as you like. Then you raise your right, then you change, inhaling up and down, inhaling up and down. And you may do this movement as long as you like. Okay? And then you roll over your stomach. like this, and you lay just over your stomach. You make a pillow with your hands, like this, and you place your front head, and you rest. And then you start looking for your feet with your hands, as we have done before. Try to find your feet, they are not very far. And now just staying over your stomach, maybe you may raise your chest a little bit, kicking back with your feet. You may repeat this movement if you like. Make a pillow again, rest, caminar. Sit to the front, put your feet together, place your feet close to your hips. Imagine that you are a butterfly, opening your hips also. And now put your feet a little bit apart, and you may start going to the front with the top of your head. And when you cannot go more with your head, then you just surrender and you just allow the gravity to work for you again. If you only can stay here, it's fine, but keep on trying. Don't give up. And from here we are almost finishing our first practice. And after every yoga practice, remember that you have to relax. Just lay down. If it's cold, take a blanket to cover yourself. Place your palms up. Close your eyes. Breathe through your nose. And relax. You may stay in this pose for 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 5. If you have more time, you can stay here 10 minutes. And after this time, you wake up and you find your quiet way to sit comfortable. You may close your legs if you like. Place your hands over your knees. Close your eyes. And just be in the moment. Try not to think of anything special. After the practice you may go on thinking the whole time. But now you are giving yourself holidays. For your heart, for your mind, and for your body. Breathe, and you may stay like this for 2 minutes, very quietly, and enjoying all the things that you have in your life, and all the beauty that you have inside of yourself. Thank you very much. See you.